I'm TODD YEARY, back with this week's Due Process. What a difference a night can make. After apparent gridlock and voter fatigue, the elections Tuesday night saw a pullback from some of the issues that have dominated the political agenda for the past 2 years. In Virginia, former Governor Terry McAuliffe failed in his bid to return to the executive mansion. Plagued by an inability to find a message that resonated with what had been a blue trend, along with a stagnant national agenda inside the D.C. Beltway, there was little fire in the base of Democratic voters in Virginia, leading to the loss of all of the statewide elected positions on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, a referendum to restructure the police department in Minneapolis failed yet again. After the nation has been riveted by the killing of George Floyd and subsequent trial, voters in Minneapolis pushed back against what many had viewed as unhelpful reforms in policing. It remains to be seen what effect the referendum failure will have on the police reform efforts in Washington. We will stay tuned to see what happens next and continue to push for comprehensive constitutional police reform nationally. In major local elections, we saw history being made and history being rejected. In Boston, Michelle Wu was elected mayor and will be the first woman and person of color to serve as the city's executive. However, in Atlanta, former Mayor Kasim Reed fell short in his bid for a third term as mayor. Reed came in third and missed the opportunity for a runoff election to return to City Hall. The runoff will be between Andre Dickens, a member of the Atlanta City Council, and Felicia Moore, the current City Council president. The runoff election will be on November 30th. And in Buffalo, New York, incumbent Mayor Byron Brown appears to have won re-election by way of write-in voting against India Walton, a self-described Democratic socialist. Brown had lost to Walton in the Democratic primary, but gained traction with a strong write-in campaign before Tuesday night. In Washington, the Senate failed to advance the John Lewis voting rights bill, as Senate Republicans blocked the measure to move to floor debate. Only Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski voted with Senate Democrats to move the bill. The fight continues to protect the right to vote in America, and we will remain fully engaged in this fight. On the police reform front, in Philadelphia, Mayor Jim Kenney has issued an executive order banning police officers from pulling over vehicles for secondary violations, such as improperly displayed registration or inspection stickers and single broken taillights. The practice has often led to disparate numbers of Black and Latino motorists being stopped and searched. The order puts the driving equality bill passed by the City Council into effect. Similar restrictions have been implemented in smaller jurisdictions across the country and also in the Commonwealth of Virginia. In Philadelphia, some project that this change could mean as many as 300,000 fewer police encounters per year. We will continue to track the implementation and its impact of this new policy. As the trials of Kyle Rittenhouse in Wisconsin and 3 white men charged in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia continue, problems with the juries have already surfaced. In the trial for the death of Ahmaud Arbery, the jury that has been impaneled consists of 11 whites and only 1 black. Even though the judge has noted that the racialized tenor of the jury selection process was evident, the trial will go on with the jury that has been seated. This, while in Wisconsin, a juror in the Rittenhouse trial has been dismissed after it was reported that the juror told an inappropriate joke to a sheriff's deputy about Jacob Blake Jr. The juror was questioned about the comment, after which the defense and prosecution lawyers agreed that the juror should be dismissed. We will continue to track both of these trials to ensure that they are indeed fair and just. In Oklahoma, the Board of Pardons and Parole has recommended clemency for Julius Jones, who is on death row for murder. The board members reaffirmed their earlier recommendation that Jones's death sentence be commuted, and by the same vote as before. The governor, Kevin Stitt, had indicated that he would wait until the clemency recommendation had been given before making any decision about Julius Jones's case. Now that the decision has come down, We are waiting for the governor to affirm the recommendation and commute the sentence of Julius Jones. Finally, in South Carolina, the Department of Justice has settled the civil suits filed after the killing of 9 people at Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston in 2015. The suit will settle the cases of 14 plaintiffs who allege that the FBI was negligent when it failed to prohibit Dylan Roof from purchasing a gun that was later used in the slayings at Mother Emanuel. The settlement addresses the claims of those who survived the horrific violation of human dignity in June of 2015. It will never, however, bring back the beautiful souls of 9 people who lost their lives that night. May they continue to rest in eternal peace. That's this week's Due Process. I'm Todd Yeary.